Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Open Heart Healing. My name is Sarah Walsh. Today I'm going to be doing a card reading for you. So we will just see what messages want to come through. It is Scorpio season when I'm recording this, so sometimes, I remember last year during Scorpio season, like I got some really intense messages, kind of like deep and dark, very Scorpionic. So anyway, but we'll see what comes through today. Yeah, so I guess I'll just get right into it. I hope you guys are doing well. Whoa. My shirt was like bugging me. Oop. Okay, what? I don't know, I don't really have much to say this time. I don't have a lot going on in my life anymore, so. Today is my older son's birthday, and it was my Nana's birthday. So, maybe we'll get a message from her. You never know. Okay, that's one more than I wanted, but we'll take it. It's fine. They flew out together, two of them. I'm having issues with the cards today. It's like it's like I've never handled cards before. They feel awkward in my hands. What is going on? Come on. I don't know how to shuffle cards today, apparently. It's not usually a skill you lose, but I'm having issues. I am having issues today. I haven't done a card reading for a while, so I'm excited. What? Okay, this is the same exact thing happened with this deck where like for the last card, two of them just came flying out and like flew off to the side together. So I guess we're taking lots of cards today. It's all right. I don't even have room for all those cards, but it'll be fine. Just saw 333 on the timer. Two major arcanas so far. No, I'm not taking all these, but I will take the two that flew out together on the floor, just like the other decks, because I'm seeing a theme here. Oh my goodness, we're gonna have way too many cards. That's all right. Hopefully this video won't be too long. see if I can. I'm trying to look at the cards now while I'm shuffling, trying to save time. I don't know if it'll work. I'm trying to see if I get any messages while I'm shuffling, because then I can not waste so much time just like looking and getting the messages. There's the Tower. We got the Tower in the other deck last time. A lot of Tower energy happening. Oh boy. I really hope it's not for me. I don't want any towers. But it's alright. Alright. Ooh. Okay, so this is the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. I haven't used these for a while. They don't have numbers on them. This one is Navigating by the Stars, Follow Your Bliss. Also, see if you get any messages for yourself while you look at these cards. Use your own intuition, too, and your connection to your higher self. You can get messages for yourself. Infinite Abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. That's a good card. It's very appropriate for this time of year where I live. It's fall. They're harvesting the apples and such. Stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. And Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. And this is the Wisdom of the Oracle, number 48, Poised. And number 20, Imagine. This is a pretty card. I think that's supposed to be like a person holding their arm up with a string tied to the moon. Number 45, Time to Go. And number 49, Observer. And we have two moons here. Okay, and then this is the Lightseer's Tarot. We got number 2, the High Priestess, Major Arcana. This is one of my favorite cards. It's always about, for me, it reminds me of the Divine Feminine and tapping into your intuition, receiving guidance from the Holy Spirit, your higher self. And we have number 12 of the Major Arcana, the Hanged Man. And we have number 7, the Chariot. And we got the Page of Pentacles. And then from the Rider-Waite Tarot, we have number 16, the Tower. Looking at this today, I got the Ring Around the Rosie in my head. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. It's a little morbid. And then the Page of Wands. So we got the Page of Pentacles from the other deck and the Page of Wands from this deck. And the Seven of Swords. This card usually indicates someone being sneaky or manipulative. So watch out for that. Watch out for sneaking and manipulative people, I guess. That's what I'm hearing from that. Okay, we're going to put these down so you can see maybe a little bit. Sort of, you're not going to be able to see these other ones. I'm leaving these other ones where they are because there's a lot. This is too many cards, really. This is too many cards, but that's what we got. So let me see what I can get here. So I'm getting the message to just take time to sit in silence. You know, meditating is always good. You don't have to necessarily meditate. Ooh, that light on that card is so bad. Okay, you guys can't really see this. Solitude, Observer, and the High Priestess. But take some time each day to sit in silence for a while, so that you can hear your higher self speaking to you, so you can get messages from your higher self. It's important. Yeah, your higher self wants to tell you something, and you can't hear because you're not listening, and you have to listen. And you have to listen by sitting in silence. So that's for at least one of you. I mean, that's pretty much good advice for anybody, I guess I would say. So it's interesting. I'm having like I'm getting the message like sit and wait. Like somebody is about ready. What is the message here? Somebody has been getting ready for a while and is in a position now where that person is ready to go. But it's not, you know, they haven't been given the signal yet of where to go, or maybe they know where to go, but they just haven't been given the signal to actually go. Because, yeah, the poised and then the time to go and the chariot would, you know, indicate movement. And this chariot is like fast movement. So I'm getting the message that if somebody out there who's been preparing for something, some kind of change in your life or some kind of move or something like that, that it's almost time. It's almost time to go. It's almost time for movement. Yeah, like all your hard work is paying off, I'm hearing. And I'm all of a sudden very itchy right here. It's weird. Very weird. Okay. Something might suddenly happen that makes it time to move. I don't know, like the tower here being like a tower moment of getting some kind of communication, either from your higher self or from an external person, indicating that it's time to go. This also has a moon, so these 3 moons here. Next week, November 4th, I believe, is the new moon in Scorpio. I think it's a super moon as well, and moon in Scorpio is always powerful. So I don't know if this is something having to do with that. But none of these moons are full moons. Well, a new moon isn't a full moon. A new moon is like a dark moon, like no moon, right? Lullaby? I don't know what that means. I'm hearing lullaby. Lullaby. I don't know. If somebody's having trouble sleeping, maybe you should be listening to some calming music while you're trying to fall asleep. Because I don't really know what else lullaby would mean. Yeah. It's weird. I just saw like something move over there, but there's nothing there. Oh yeah, the Hanged Man too. I didn't pull this one up with the message, but with that you've been waiting and preparing for something, or just waiting, biding your time for something to happen, or some kind of big change in your life, or a move, like I said. Yeah, so that goes with that message. All right. This Observer card is giving me the message now to be the observer of your thoughts and your emotions. Try to be a neutral observer, recognizing that your thoughts and emotions are just temporary, temporary states of being, and that they will come and go. They'll always come and go. So, but you always remain you. But your thoughts and your emotions are not you. They're just things you experience. And if you can be a neutral observer to those things, you can have an easier time handling them. Especially when they're difficult. Like if you're feeling sad or something, this is an example. If you're feeling sad, allow yourself to fully feel it, but don't become attached to it. Don't feel it fully, but don't wallow in it. It's kind of what I try to do when sadness comes. I just recognize it as like a visitor, right? And sadness, sadness is here. Like, it's not who I am, and it's not permanent, and it will go, it will come and go. And when it's here, I'm just going to sit with it and acknowledge it and love it, and then before I know it, it'll be gone. So that's what I try to do with any kind of difficult emotion or whatever. I don't know what is. Do not like my haircut that I got. I'm going to be going back a couple weeks. Hopefully she can fix it. Anyway, not that you care. Yeah, I'm just hearing again, your hard work is going to pay off, because we have the Infinite Abundance card. So all the inner work that you've done maybe, or even maybe other kinds of work that you've done, putting work into a business or whatever. It's about to, it's about to pay off. You reap what you sow, and it's time to reap your rewards, harvest your rewards. In abundance, you're going to have an abundant harvest for your work, for your effort. Someone's been preoccupied with something. I'm just going with these two pages. Like this page is just focusing on this stick. And this page she's just holding on to this mandala that she's got. Mandala. Never know how to say that word. But she's just looking off to the side. She's not paying. But I'm just getting the message this. And this is some project or endeavor that somebody has been really focusing all their attention, their time and attention on. And but kind of keeping it to themselves. Like somebody's been working on something behind the scenes, or that people don't really know about, and they've been working hard. They have their masterpiece, their work of art, kind of something that they're very proud of. And then I'm just getting the message, maybe, it's almost time to present it to the world, to show it to the world. don't know what's... Oh. So the Seven of Swords is, like I said, is usually about like somebody who's being sneaky, manipulative, cunning, like a sneaky person, a snake in the grass. And then we have the fox too, which is kind of a sneaky, typically represents kind of sometimes, you know, like sometimes it's just mischievous, but can be like a sneaky, sly, right, energy. So yeah, I'm just getting the warning, like watch out for somebody. Maybe they appear to be one way, maybe they appear like they're a good person, but deep down they have ulterior motives, or they're actually like manipulating people. And then with the High Priestess and the Imagine card, I'm getting the message that, you know, you co-create your reality with Spirit, and you do that through your imagination. Through your thoughts and your emotions is how you can create, how you do create your reality. Most people just do it unconsciously, not knowing that they're doing it. But when you become aware that you're co-creating your reality through your thoughts and emotions, and your frequency, so, you know, where you are, where your state of consciousness is. When you're aware of that, then you can kind of become a conscious co-creator instead of an unconscious co-creator. So yeah, this is the message here, is just be aware of that. You know, use your imagination, your powers of imagination for positive things in your life. You know, they say that, somebody says that worry, how does it go? Like worry is a waste of your imagination or something like that. And worrying is praying for things that you don't want to happen. And that's very true. So if you've been doing a lot of worrying, I guess, try to, every time you try to catch yourself when you're doing it, and every time you catch yourself, try to just flip it around. Don't be insincere with your thoughts. You can't fool the universe. And you can't fool yourself, and you can't fool energy. But, you know, try to be sincere. Like maybe if you find yourself worrying, instead try to think of something you're grateful for, or try to flip what you're worrying about into like being grateful for a positive outcome in that situation, for that situation. That's a good message. Somebody might need to have strength, to have some inner strength in order to walk away from something that is not serving your highest good. Maybe it's this manipulative person, or maybe it's some other thing, but somebody out there is in some kind of situation or connected to somebody who is not good for them. And it would take a lot of inner strength and self-love to be able to walk away from that. So it must be a pretty important part of somebody's life. And that's always really hard to do. I shared a post on Facebook today that said something to the effect of, oh gosh, what did it say? I can't remember what it said. It said, if someone really loves you, they will care about how their actions affect you. That's not at all what it said, but that's pretty much the gist of it. I can't remember what it is. It's like short, but my memory is gone. But something like that. Yeah, if someone like really loves you, they won't want to hurt you. And if they know that they're hurting you, then they will take actions to stop hurting you and to stop doing that, whatever it is that is hurting you, you know. Not that it's somebody else's responsibility to make you happy, but it is, you know, you do deserve respect, right? And you're your feelings are valid and important, and your needs are important. And if you're communicating that with someone, that they're doing something that is hurting you, maybe they would maybe with their words they'll say, oh yeah, okay, I'm sorry, and I'll stop doing that or whatever. But if they keep doing that, that shows you that they really have, they really don't have love for you. Not real unconditional love anyway. So if someone shows you over and over with their actions that they don't actually care about you, regardless of what words they're saying or what kind of, front that they're putting on, like acting like they care about you, but if their actions over and over are showing that they don't care about you, then maybe it's time to have some boundaries and to love yourself enough to walk away. Because you deserve better. You deserve to be treated with respect and to be treated right. And if anybody is not doing that, then maybe they don't deserve to have a place in your life, which is really hard to do. I myself have been there numerous times. And it's hard to let people go that you really love and care about, but if they don't feel the same way about you and don't show you the same respect, then it's a really imbalanced relationship, and that's not healthy. That's that will turn toxic. So, yeah, don't be afraid to be alone. Sometimes the universe wants us to be alone for a while, and that's what happened to me in my case when I had to let go of toxic relationships. And then I found myself completely alone, and it was really hard, but it was exactly what I needed. Sometimes I'm getting the song, you can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. And so sometimes what you need and what's for your highest good is not what you would prefer. It's not the easy thing. It's not the fun thing. But, just so if that's happening to you, if you're in a situation like that where you're going through something and you wish it would be different, if you're alone and you wish you weren't alone, just recognize that, maybe you have to be alone for yourself, for your own growth. And then it'll pay off in the end. Again, I'm being reminded of that your hard work is going to pay off. So if maybe that's the hard work that some of you are going through is doing the inner work alone and just not really having anybody in the world. And that it does serve a purpose, and it will pay off in the end. So don't be disheartened. Keep the faith. Keep your hope alive, that there are better days ahead, and that if you are alone, that you won't be alone forever, right? Because of course the universe will bring you together with people who are meant to be in your life, and you're a wonderful person, and you deserve all the love in the world. And of course, as we know, that starts inside ourselves. You have to love yourself, which for me was just tapping into divine love in my own heart, and that just filled my whole being with love. And then I loved myself. I could forgive myself for anything, love myself through anything, any hard time or hard emotions that I was feeling. And then that love just spills over to everybody else in the world too. Of course, I'm not perfect. I've just noticed lately that I'm having a lot of judgments, which I recognize them even as they come up. I'm like, I recognize I'm judging this person, and I just can't seem to help it. That's part of my shadow side. That's the Virgo energy in me, I think. It's kind of a shadow side of Virgo, to be very judgmental and critical of yourself, and then also it's reflected into others. So maybe that's why I'm being judgmental to other people. Maybe I'm being hard on myself. I don't know, something to think about. Sorry, that was just a little personal tangent there. You have a great positive impact on the world. I'm not really getting this from the cards. I'm just getting this from my higher self that I'm supposed to say this. You have a great positive impact on the world just by being you, just by being yourself. The more you can be yourself, and the less of a mask that you wear, and the less that you the goal really is to kind of return back home to yourself in your heart of like who you truly are, who you came in as, and along the way we pick up all this conditioning from society, from our families, from our friends, from our experiences, and we pick up all this, this conditioning and these belief systems that really aren't true. And we kind of, I won't say we let, but this just automatically happens. The world tells us who we are, basically, through our life. And the goal is to remember the truth of who we really are, and to return back to that, and to strip away all of that, all of those lies, all of those things that are not true about ourselves. And just by doing that inner work and being true to your own heart and being really fully who you are, it impacts the world in such an amazing, positive way. So, because I was getting like, you will do great things in the world. So, of course, some of us will do great things in the world, hopefully most of us, at least in some way. But you don't even have to do anything to positively impact the world, right? You just have to be who you are fully, return home to yourself, and just remember the love that you are and the divine being that you are, and that there is no one else here who is you. And that's your superpower. Your superpower is that nobody else could be you. Only you can be you. And we spend a lot of our lives trying not to be ourselves, right? Or trying to hide parts of ourselves, or shadow side, or usually it's the shadow side, the things that are deemed unacceptable or not so great by society, by others. Like I went off on a whole tangent of thought in my head, and then I didn't say it out loud, and no, I can't say it out loud. Just be you. Just strip away all that conditioning and all that programming and all the things that the world has told you who you are, or who you should be, or what you should want, or don't let, strip all that away. Come back to yourself, like listening to who are you really in your heart, and what do you really want? What do you want? Not what do you think you should want, not what does the world tell you you should want, but what do you really want? And who are you really inside? And to be true and real to yourself, and to face yourself, and to face your shadow side, to not shy away from it or try to hide it. Just face it and love it and integrate it into the whole of who you are. Because none of us are perfect. Humans, by nature, humans are imperfect. That is what part of the deal of being a human being is, that you are never going to be perfect. But, you can take steps every day in a better direction for yourself, and to be a better person. Yeah, the more you can listen to your higher self and follow the guidance from your higher self, the more you will benefit. Even a lot of times that's hard to do, right? A lot of times the thing that's for your highest good is not the easy thing to do. A lot of times it's the difficult thing to do, like doing the inner work and facing our demons, our inner demons and our shadow side. But the rewards are tremendous for doing so. And I've been thinking today about that it's not that hard to be a good person. But then I was like, well, it is hard to be a good person when you're dealing with your shadow. And if you have all these, all this conditioning and programming that's been instilled in you, and if you're not living your truth and listening to your heart, I guess it is kind of, those things will trip you up. And, you know, if you're letting your inner demons rule, then, you know, you might be not the greatest person, like treating other people not the best, manipulating to get what you want. But the more that you can work on yourself and do your shadow work and clear the blocks and the conditioning and the programming, the easier it is to tap into your heart and to hear your higher self. And your higher self will guide you to be a good person. Not that I don't really like the labels good and bad, you know, because like even people who do terrible things, I don't necessarily, you know, they're not necessarily like they're bad people. They're just maybe misguided, or maybe that's what they came here to do. You know, maybe that's their mission in life. They agreed to be a bad person, to help other people or whatever by hurting them, which seems messed up, really, and I think in one way, but it also is kind of the truth of like even the bad guys are living their purpose sometimes. But a lot of times it's just people are misguided and just haven't done their inner work, and they aren't being true to their higher self. Anyway, sorry, I just went off like on a whole thing about that. Oh, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Just hearing stand your ground. So don't allow yourself to be peer pressured. If somebody is trying to pressure you into doing something that you are not comfortable doing, or something that you know in your heart like doesn't feel right, I'm just getting the message of like, stay strong. To get this, you're strong beyond measure here, and stay strong, stand strong in your truth. Don't allow anything external to sway you from what you know is your truth. I guess that's it. That's the message. I'm also getting the message that maybe there's some situation in your life that you need to look at from a different perspective. Because with the hangman here, she's like, right, she's hanging upside down and she's like reaching down into this water or whatever she's doing. But she's like upside down, right? The hangman is always like upside down. And so, yeah, that's giving me the message of it might be beneficial for you to look if you're having a problem or something, or some kind of issue in your life, a situation, and things, you can't figure out how to make things work, or things just aren't working, or you're stuck. Try looking at it from a new angle, a new perspective. And then that might be helpful into having some insight on which, you know, choice you should make or direction you should go, or whatever the situation is. Okay. Again, I'm being reminded to say, take a few minutes every day to, and set the intention when you start that you want to hear the voice of your higher self. And then just quiet yourself, you know, go into your heart space, open your heart, try to quiet your mind, you know, just go into your heart, and then just listen and see what messages that you get. Sometimes even people who know this and do this, you know, sometimes we just get so busy that we forget, we don't take time to actually intentionally connect to our higher self. So this is a reminder to everyone to take a few minutes each day, set the intention that you want to receive messages from your higher self, and then try to be still and quiet so that you can hear them. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you in some way, and it's good to see you all, and I will see you next time. I love you. Bye.